Welcome! Today we are going to discuss our article Forrest-SPI show generator on 3-wire pixel-to-pixel LED strips. The dimmer can be installed inside the 503 box. The dimmer is controllable via normally open push input. The dimmer can operate at 5, 12 or 24 volts DC and is suitable for controlling 3-wire pixel-to-pixel LED strips. Supported protocols are WS2811, WS2812, WS2814, GS8208. Supported strips can be single channel, dynamic white plus amber, RGB+White. Push mode. You will need a 3-wire pixel-to-pixel digital LED strip, a power supply unit, a normally open push button. Connect the positive pole of the strip to the output plus terminal of the dimmer. Connect the data input of the strip to output D terminal. Connect the negative pole of the strip to the output minus terminal of the dimmer. Connect a normally open push button between the push P and COM- terminal. Connect the output of the power supply to the input plus and input minus terminals. Connect the power supply to your electrical system and energize. Install the Forrest app from the Apple Store or Google Play Store. Before starting the app, make sure you have enabled the Bluetooth and the location service on your mobile phone. At the first start of the Forrest app, grant permissions for the app to function correctly. The application at startup searches for all Forrest-SPI devices switched on in the surroundings and displays them in a list. Device control is point-to-point. The devices must be within range of the Bluetooth signal, usually a few meters. Press the Connect button to connect the desired Forrest-SPI device. The first step when connecting a digital strip to the Forrest-SPI dimmer is to configure the communication parameters via the Set LED Strip function in the main menu. The following LED strip parameters are required. The SPI communication protocol used, the color mode that corresponds to the channel sorting, the type of driver 8-bit or 16-bit, the number of segments to be controlled. Via the app, a sequence of flashes will be performed on the LED strip to determine whether the set parameters are correct. Simplified procedure. Take note of the strip code generally found on the packaging. Press the Load Preset Profile button and search the list for the strip code. The strip parameters will be set automatically by selecting the code. To conclude the procedure, you have to indicate the number of installed segments. By pressing the Apply and Test button, a test cycle will be performed on the strip. If the strip only flashes at one end, the number of segments is too high. Reduce the value. If the LED strip only flashes at one end and at one point along the strip, the set number of segments is too low. Increase the value. If the LED strip flashes at both ends, the parameters are correct. Manual procedure for single-channel LED strips. If you do not know the code of the strip or do not have specifications of the type of protocol, you can find the correct parameters using the following procedure. An incorrect configuration of the parameters does not imply any damage to the LED strip or dimmer. Set a color mode compatible with the installed strip. For single-channel strips, the only two compatible profiles are 1CH and 111. Use profile 111 if you want to disable the hardware fade present on some digital LED strips. Set WS2811 protocol. Press Apply and Test. If the protocol is not correct, the flashes in the test procedure will not be visible. In this case, the LED strip remains fully lit. Repeat the procedure using the remaining selectable protocols in turn WS2812, WS2814, or GS8208. Generally, the most frequently used protocol is WS2812. When the test procedure is performed correctly, the selected protocol is correct. Correct the value of the number of segments until the ends of the strip flash. The configuration is now correct. Manual procedure for dynamic white LED strips. Set a color mode compatible with the installed strip. For dynamic white strips, the compatible profiles are NHC, NCH, and CAH. Select one of the available protocols in turn and press the Apply and Test button until the test sequence is displayed correctly on the LED strip. Once you have found the correct protocol, pay attention to the sequence of colors emitted by pressing the Apply and Test button again. The sequence represents the correct color mode. In this example, the profile to be used is NHC because it flashes first warm white and then cold white. Correct the value of the number of segments until the ends of the strip flash. The configuration is now correct. Manual procedure for RGB LED strips. Set a color mode compatible with the installed strip. For the RGB strips, the compatible profiles are those shown in the table. Select one of the available protocols in turn and press the Apply and Test button until the test sequence is displayed correctly on the LED strip. Once you have found the correct protocol, pay attention to the sequence of colors emitted by pressing the Apply and Test button again. The sequence represents the correct color mode. In this example, the profile to be used is RGB because red, green, and blue flash in sequence. Correct the value of the number of segments until the ends of the strip flash. The configuration is now correct. Manual procedure for RGB white LED strips. Set the color mode compatible with the installed strip. For RGB white strips, the compatible profiles are those shown in the table. Select one of the available protocols in turn and press the Apply and Test button until the test sequence is displayed correctly on the LED strip. Once you have found the correct protocol, pay attention to the sequence of colors emitted by pressing the Apply and Test button again. The sequence represents the correct color mode. In this example, the profile to be used is RGB white because red, green, blue, and white flash in sequence. Correct the value of the number of segments until the ends of the strip flash. The configuration is now correct. Choosing animation. Once the LED strip parameters have been configured, from the main menu press the Choose Animation button. A list containing all shows available on the Newlab cloud will appear. Each show is editable via parameters such as timing and colors. New shows produced by Newlab will automatically appear in the list and will immediately be available for use on your Forrest-SPI dimmer. For each show you will find the following information: the name, color mode, and a link to the show information page, which you can also find on our website forrest.newlablight.com show section. Pressing the I button will take you to this page where you will see a demonstration show. The available functionalities: the control parameters, select the desired show from the list, modify the parameters according to your preferences if necessary, and press the Apply button to load the show onto the dimmer. Via the virtual button that will appear in the top right-hand corner, you will be able to view the show immediately. You can change the parameters at any time and transmit them back to the dimmer in real time. Push functionality. A quick press of the button starts or stops the show. Some animations are dimmable by prolonged pressure on the button with the strip on. Parameter configuration, color. Color profiles are generally controlled via three parameters: hue, saturation, and value. Hue represents the base color used. Saturation allows you to turn from full color to white, created using the sum of the three RGB channels. Value controls the intensity of the light. Double push functionality. Some shows, such as the corridor, require the use of two push buttons. Starting from the basic wiring diagram, connect the second push button between Sync S and COM- input. The show corridor involves switching the LED strip on and off from both buttons. The fill effect will start from the side of the pressed button. The switch off effect will start from the side opposite the pressed button. Sync mode. The Forrest-SPI device is equipped with sync mode. By connecting several Forrest-SPI devices together, you can start the show on each device at the same time. Starting from the basic wiring diagram, connect all Sync S terminals of each device together. Align all negative poles of the power supply by connecting the COM- terminals together. Warning! Failure to make this connection could irreversibly damage the dimmers and strips. Pressing the button on one of the devices will start the animation. The installation of more buttons is optional. Some animation involve the use of the startup delay parameter. This parameter is used at phase animations and is generally specified in milliseconds. In this example, we will phase the animation by 2 seconds. Digital signal split. With the Forrest-SPI device, it is possible to create 3 effects using all scenarios already on board the dimmer without the need for special settings. Starting from the basic wiring diagram, branch out the digital signal and arrange the LED strips according to the effect you want to achieve. In the configuration of LED tree strips, in order to set the number of segments correctly, the ends of the longest branch must flash. Adjust the value until the correct number of segments is found. Once the number of segments has been set correctly, press the button to start this scenario. Device reset. To reset to factory settings, press and hold the reset button until the ends of the strip flash. The device will restart automatically when the procedure is complete. For further information, always refer to the user manual, which can be found on the website.